All right, here we go. Straight politicking on all you suckers, and I'm here with Munchie B the Mayor and Spider Loke the Most Easty, and we back to bring you guys another fire episode. And real quick, before we get into our topics, Munchie B, you asked me last week after Notre Dame. Well, not last week because we missed last week, and we apologize to all the straight politicking listeners. But hey, that was Christmas week, anyways. But after I said Notre Dame and USC had the top NFL recruits, you thought number 3 was Georgetown.
Right.
Number 3 is actually Ohio State with 473.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is number 4 with 402. And who wants to guess number 5?
What's that?
I'll tell you. Miami?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
With 387. So I didn't see. Georgetown is not even known for football. They're known for basketball.
Hey, shout out Michigan, Charles Woodson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You a Raider fan?
He went to the Packers at one point. I'm a Packer fan.
Is he a corner?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Woodson.
I believe corner is the hardest position to play outside of quarterback in football.
Think so?
Yeah.
I can see why you said that.
Well, I played corner too, so. Yeah. But I think it's the most fun position because if the challenge of stopping their wide receivers, you know.
I mean, depending on what kind of corner you is. If you aggressive corner, you jamming at the line.
Yep, you got to jam at the line.
But if you one of the ones you got to get some.
You look like you was having an advantage in too many jump balls, though.
And sometimes you got to step off the line and just start backpedaling because you know that jamming at the line ain't going to work with this guy.
Or you play off them, give them some space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of them wide receivers got speed like Cheetah from Miami.
What was your tactic when the ball was up top?
You just got to be able to jump high too.
You
gotta have some hops,
right?
Yeah.
Because
Timing is even more important.
the wide receiver is always going to be taller than you unless you're a tall corner. Most corners are like under 6 feet, and most wide receivers are over 6 feet.
I think that was the time of the pass.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, but see, if you got a safety that's over top, they got your back like that. You feel me?
Oh yeah, you gotta. Hopefully your linebackers and your safeties are out there backing you up. But most of the time, it's just you and him, and you're gonna get burnt because it's impossible. You're gonna get burnt from time to time.
That's the realest answer.
You're gonna get burnt. But if you can get one interception out the game, you are the man.
But the key is for cornerbacks is to have a short memory. You feel me? You can't let the last play affect you. Cause, you know what I'm saying?
That's for corners and quarterbacks.
Right. Them two positions particularly.
Yeah, and you got to do a lot of talking. You got to tell that wide receiver what was about to happen.
Get in his brain.
Yeah, you got to get in his head. A lot of the game is mental, not just physical, but mental.
Yeah, like they gonna bench you after this game, right?
Yeah.
You got 5 targets, no reception. You know?
You got to say, hey, I'm getting an interception off of you today.
Don't ever try me with a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree.
Yeah, and pick 6. I'm intercepting and score just like I did with your baby mama.
Hey, but I end up liking that dude Sherman.
Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman with the Seattle Seahawks.
That's who I just quoted.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you don't remember when he don't you ever try me with no weak ass receiver like Crabtree.
Yeah. But I don't think he was weak though. But I get it.
But I mean, that was just the moment.
He's talking this. That's that rivalry.
Yeah,
that's the part of the game. But yeah, other than the quarterback, I think that is the hardest position on the field.
Yeah. Because if you ain't got that speed, got that height, or got them hops.
I mean, I think it's up for debate, but I can respect that.
And then we lost one of my favorite baseball players, man. Did y'all hear the news? One of my favorite baseball players of all times. The greatest leadoff hitter in the game. The guy who stole more bases and broke Lou Brock's record.
Did he play shortstop?
Nah, he was an outfielder.
Oh.
Rickey Henderson.
I would never use
I gotta put that in my. I'm gonna use him as a bar. And nigga still more than Rickey Henderson.
Rickey Henderson has the all-time stolen base record in baseball, breaking Lou Brock's. I think Lou Brock had about 900 and something.
And Jimmy Carter, he died at 100 years old.
Yeah, he died at 100.
Jimmy Carter, he lived a century.
He lived a whole century.
Didn't a New York rapper, Mac, die too?
I heard about a rapper, but I wasn't.
I didn't know about him, but
yeah.
it kind of went around.
I wasn't up on him. But, all right. I think Munchie's gonna be disappointed about this one now.
What's that?
The judge refused to throw out the civil lawsuit against Jay-Z. How you feel about that one?
I think it's BS. I think it's BS, and I think they taking into account that she's special, so that's why her account on the story might be a little off. They like she knows she's slow. She needs to get it together. It's been some time.
Yeah, I don't think that just because you give an interview that seems a little inconsistent, a judge is gonna say, "All right, I'm throwing the case out."
Yeah, but this we talking about civil court where it's I don't know how many people on the jury and you need this many people instead of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the burden is way less to have to get a judgment in the plaintiff's favor.
That's what I'm saying. Civil and criminal is a whole different ballparks.
Yeah. I got a clip on the civil case where a judge refuses to throw it out. Let's play that clip.
And a federal judge has ruled the woman alleging she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name. But the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
A legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed. The judge, writing in a 5-page brief, that the Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000, while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt." The multi-platinum artist, who was 30 at the time, now a business mogul with decades of hits to his name, with songs like Run This Town. His attorneys have denied everything about Jane Doe's account and pointed to some alleged inconsistencies in her story.
It's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true. It's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened.
The judge writing that while Jane Doe can remain anonymous for now, she may be required to reveal her identity at a later date to allow Jay-Z's lawyers to collect facts necessary to prepare for trial.
Oftentimes, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named. And if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether.
White privilege.
What you mean?
White privilege. I mean, I know in criminal, you got the right to face your accuser, but I don't know too much about civil, but I believe if she was black, she would have to reveal herself.
Well, they do that in most sexual-related cases where they allow a person to be Jane Doe.
In civil?
Yeah, in civil cases. So I don't know if it's a race thing. I think it's more so it's related to a sexual assault.
So this clip of the Caucasian young lady that we said that was on the spectrum that we've seen, that's not her?
What do you mean?
You haven't seen the clip surfing of a young lady?
Yeah. But she was in a shadow, so she didn't show her identity.
I thought I saw like a side back profile, kind of pretty.
I think you heard her voice and you kind of pictured how she'd look, bro.
Yeah, she never showed.
She had a blue dress, right?
She didn't show her face.
No?
No.
Well, I got a cold imagination, bro.
I think that's what.
For God, I in my mind, I've seen her. I have a pretty good idea of what she looks like.
No, they didn't show her.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's allowed to be anonymous.
You can see like the length of her hair or something.
I saw a silhouette when I saw the interview.
I think I saw a little.
Hey, okay, let me ask you something. So when it comes to civil court, how's the jury pool selected? Because I know how it is in criminal.
Same way. It's selected the same way.
So wherever she filed the claim at, that's where the jury pool gonna be pulled from, or is where the crime was? Well, that's the same place, right? She's still in New York?
Yeah, it'll be in the state of New York somewhere. Probably New York City, I believe.
Okay, and another thing, they keep going back and forth from VMA to MTV. Which one is he? Because they just said MTV again.
Yeah, I don't know.
How accountable should a 13-year-old be 20 years later to get VMA or MTV, you know, they got the V, the M. It's just the difference between the T and the A.
No. I'm saying I think the sources, I mean, the people that's putting it out there is getting it confused because I think the young lady, I think she's sticking with VMA.
Yeah, I've seen it both. Whatever was in the actual filing, the media reports, they're going to always get it wrong. But whatever was in the filing is probably where it was at, and I don't remember. But yeah, she's allowed to stay anonymous, most likely because it's a sexual assault case.
And based on he got so much money in fire safety, like he could probably get something done to her.
I don't know, but
The main reason they stated for the keep remaining anonymous is a lot of time the person doesn't want to go forward anymore once they become known.
yeah, but when it gets close to trial or at trial, her identity will come out. So
I hate that. I hate this for both Puffy and Jay-Z.
I want to hate it. I really don't give.
Nah, I don't like people. I'm talking about the type of claims that's getting put on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I hate that.
But when they not getting put on me, you or Alex, I wonder how we just saying is it just anybody?
What you mean? One more time. Run it back for me.
Because anybody is just like a vague statement or a broad statement when these are pretty specific people that is getting put on.
No, I'm just saying I don't like these type of claims.
Coming against anybody.
Yeah, these type of claims in particular, that's like, you know what I'm saying, career ending, you lose your relationship, endorsements, your, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You just hate to see the whole potential mess. But what if it's true? Don't you think they deserve to lose those things?
hell yeah, if it's true, hell yeah. But I don't care if it was a black girl putting it on a white man. These type of claims is too
Disgusting. Yeah.
it's malicious and it's vindictive. And
So what you're saying is that we should have a system in place that prevents the filing of frivolous lawsuits.
yeah, particularly these type and what protect us. You know
Kind of
what
like
I'm
how
saying?
YouTube does with their copyright strikes. You
Right.
Get terminated for the fraudulent ones.
And then you can't even counter sue a broke person. Like,
Well, there's nothing to stop a person from filing a frivolous lawsuit. I've had a couple of frivolous lawsuits filed against me in the past. Me and Steph as co-defendants, and we actually were in a trial. Me and Steph we took something to trial before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's stressful. I think she was pregnant with my youngest at the time, but I refused to give this woman some money. And at the end of the day, I should have just gave her the money because my lawyer ended up costing me more than what she was asking for.
That's crazy.
And I understand now. When I went through that, this was around 2005. I understood why people pay out civil cases because at the end she just wanted $10,000 from me.
that's it.
Yeah, well, it started off at 100. But then when we were in court about to do trial, she's like, just give me 10. And I said, I ain't giving you nothing. But I ended up giving my lawyer $27,000.
Wow.
So it cost me $27,000 to save 10.
She just wanted to pay off her Honda.
Yeah. But I won the case.
But had you given her 10, your lawyer still hit you for a dub or something, right?
Yeah, well, we would have prevented trial, but I did pay him some money up to trial. But most of that 27 was during
Was the
trial.
trial,
Yeah.
okay.
Shit, the game refused to pay, so he running.
Yeah, he refused to pay, but that was a judgment. That wasn't he already lost. He owes the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually won. I won the trial, and then the judge issued me a judgment against the plaintiff for $5,000 to cover legal fees, which doesn't cover, right? So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get $5,000 back. Then I got a call from some other folks that had already they're waiting on money from her. Like they're in line to get money. So I never saw a dime.
Wow.
Yeah, but the civil, there's nothing to stop a person from filing a frivolous lawsuit. I went during that year, I was like, frivolous lawsuits should be illegal. This thing just ruined a year of my life, but you can't stop a frivolous. Anybody could sue anybody.
I want to say Russia. I could be wrong, but I know there's a country where in order to have auto insurance, you have to have a dash cam because the accident fraud was so out the roof it's law. You can't even get insurance without a dash cam.
We got a lot of that going on here, where people get in front of you, slam the brakes.
Well, it happens, but I don't know about a lot. I think that wave was in the past more so too.
Yeah, because whenever you hit someone in the back, it's your fault every single time.
Determinedly, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a nice little scam. But, yeah, man, this is probably going to go to trial unless Jay-Z, if Jay-Z decides to pay this girl off, settle it.
Nah.
It might save him money, though.
He don't care about saving no money. He a billionaire.
Hey, Michael Jackson did it.
His reputation is more important than any kind of dollar.
You see what happened when Puffy paid?
Yeah, but sometimes paying saves you money.
No.
It didn't save Puffy nothing. It opened up the floodgates.
No, I'm just saying, y'all saying two different things. I understand what Spider's saying, but what you saying, money is not an object.
Money's always
not to him.
Yeah, well,
Talking about
when we're talking about
Sean Carter.
Yeah, but when we're talking about tens of millions of dollars, that's gonna hurt. For real.
Now when it comes to your rep, I don't think he tripping.
Okay, but let's say this: if it's gonna cost Jay-Z $50 million to defend this case, but he could just pay her $5 million to go away, bro's paying that $5 million to save the $50 million.
That $5 million is gonna cost him the litigation of the people that's gonna line up afterwards. As soon as he pays, here they come.
Hold on. So you being hypothetical with the $50 million because it ain't gonna cost that much.
Yeah, I'm just being hypothetical. I'm thinking Michael Jackson paid $20 million to that little white kid to save $100 million in legal fees.
And then Puffy paid $30.
Yeah, Puffy paid $30.
And then that opened up the floodgates for them to whoop his.
Yeah,
Puffy should have paid earlier. That's the problem.
But I think Michael Jackson was truly innocent. I think he was innocent.
I don't. There's no way for me to settle in my mind grown men having
what I think
with little boys.
Hey,
so.
Santa Barbara took him to trial and he was acquitted.
You know what I think?
Go ahead, Munch.
I think we need to let our black legends be our black legends when they got when they got found not guilty and not convict them ourselves because these white people don't get convicted
for real
and they get away and they band together, or if they guilty, the white community go come together with a lawyer fee for him. So
that's why I'll never throw Michael Jackson under the bus, even though he did some things that we wouldn't do. So he was found not guilty in a court of law.
So was Kobe. So Kobe shit shouldn't get brought up.
Yeah, Kobe.
Michael Jackson shit getting brought up.
Kobe's case got dismissed. Bill Cosby's case got dismissed.
Right.
O.J. Simpson was found not guilty.
Michael Jackson actually had sleepovers with boys.
No. We gonna let our legends be legends.
He can be a legend. He's a legend that enjoyed spending his private evening time with baby boys.
Yeah.
In his bed.
All right, let's move on.
Facts.
Well, we'll have to wait for this case to hopefully it'll either get dismissed. Three outcomes: dismissed, he pays it out to settle, or it goes to trial. So
take it to trial.
Take it to trial.
All the way.
Look, I took it to trial and I regret it. Looking back at it, I would have just paid her the $10,000 from negotiated. How much you want, lady? All right, and get it over with. Because it ended up costing me almost 30 racks.
But your case wasn't the same as, or was it?
No, it was it was a landlord tenant.
You wasn't.
Said I was a slumlord.
As soon as he plays, bro. As soon as he pays, he's in the Diddy category, bro. I'm telling you.
But you had a slumlord thing going on, not a slum individual.
Nah,
but
because I would never cast any judgment to any person that pays off a settlement, because I understand you're saving money. And we all want to save money. Even multimillionaires want to save money.
But you can't take your personal anecdotal situation and then give everybody the benefit of the doubt that they are dealing with the issues that you had to deal with. There are a lot of people that pay because they're guilty, bro. A lot.
Yeah. I mean,
or they want to just carry on with their life.
Yeah.
Get it behind them.
But the way you guys are stating this is like paying because you're guilty is a rarity.
I wonder if there's an analysis out there that looks at civil cases that settle and how many of those can you really determine guilt and innocence? Because I think a lot of them just settle to get it over with and move on because it's too costly.
I mean, but once you say a lot, you're 100% right because there's tons and tons of cases that get tried, so a lot of them probably do go one way or the other.
Okay, how about this? If I say majority of them,
I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say me particularly, Askari Banks. I'm not settling criminal or civil when it comes to allegations that he getting brought up on.
How many homies settle criminally?
All the time.
All the time.
I do it.
I'm looking at 40. You guys want to give me 8? I'm jumping on it. That's a settlement.
But see,
taking the deal is a settlement.
But I mean, I don't even want to base the analyzation of what homies do, bro. It's a degenerate section of society that's dealing with a whole nother.
I know what you're saying, but it's still a negotiated settlement.
True, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about a particular allegation. I'm not settling for nothing. Y'all ain't about to put that
Okay,
on.
now since you use that allegation, will you still use your majority of the word to say that the homies is trying to just get it over with and they're not really guilty? The majority.
I think the majority that are offered deals on the table take them.
That's you to answer the question.
Hold on, when we talking about that,
Criminal. We're talking about criminal, right?
Yeah, criminal.
Yeah.
We're saying, but you said in the civil, they settle or pay, typically take the deal, the negotiation, because they just want to get over it, and you think the majority of them are not guilty. That's a statement we just
I would say 50% plus one, which is majority, yeah.
So you're saying the criminal, you think the homies is pleading out innocently more often than guilty too?
Yes, but I believe they're pleading innocent to the original charges. They're guilty of something. I think the prosecutor throws a little bit on the table to scare them into the settlement.
I just want to get your answer.
but sometimes, man, we don't want to go up against them people, go all the way and get banged. So, all right, let me just get, all right, they talking about this time, let me take this.
Yeah.
It ain't worth playing with my freedom. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let's move on to this. I found this really interesting article because whenever the media talks about gangs, it's always a black gang or a Mexican gang.
Blood, Crip, Sereno,
Yeah.
Nathaniel, Gase's disciple.
But I found this incredible local story right here in our city of a white gang being indicted by the feds. A white gang out in the San Fernando Valley. And I find this interesting, too, the name of this gang. We've all heard of this, Peckerwoods. Peckerwoods is actually a derogatory term for white folks, and they did the same thing with the N-word.
That started in prison.
Yeah,
It started in prison. Yeah.
they embraced it.
They embraced it.
And they really knocked the pecker off. It's just really Woods. That's just probably the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Woods is just the slang for him.
Yeah, but nobody runs around saying Peckerwoods. It's
No.
But if they get tatted up, I think they're putting the whole thing on.
not always.
No. It's a
You see
group called
both.
Peckerwoods, just like it's ABs, Peckerwoods, and skinheads and redheads. It's a difference.
But you don't hear articulated Peckerwoods as often as you hear Woods.
Yeah.
The term is
Yeah,
Woods.
you go to the county like you a wood.
Yeah.
Right.
So I found this article right here in the Los Angeles Times, and
What was they charges?
I want to highlight this because we don't often hear about white gang members getting charged. But here's a crazy stat I read a long time ago. It's a nationwide study. A majority of gang members in America are white boys.
I don't believe that. What do we classify as gangs?
Yeah, well, that's another question. But the federal government has counted about 800,000 gang members nationwide. Of course, we're thinking of New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago. Majority people of color. But small towns have gangs, country towns have gangs, reservations, Indian reservations, they have gangs. So in totality of the whole nationwide census of gangs, a majority of them are white.
Wow.
Yeah, but of course in LA they're not.
So
Chicago they're not.
They probably can include motorcycle clubs, definitely.
Motorcycle clubs are definitely included in the nationwide.
And I bet you they don't add the Pikes, it's the Border Brothers.
Well, those are U.S. gangs. If they're in the U.S., they definitely do it.
If they get any record of dealing with narcotics, I bet you they labeled.
All right, let me. I want to read a few paragraphs from this article on the white Peckerwoods, because they've been active with it. The title is "Dozens of Suspected White Supremacist Gang Members Arrested in Los Angeles Area in Domestic Terrorism Investigation." A total of 68 suspected gang members with ties to a white supremacy group were charged in Los Angeles in a large-scale takedown by federal prosecutors. The Peckerwoods gang members and associates were charged in a sweeping federal indictment, which included allegations of racketeering, firearms trafficking, drug trafficking, and financial fraud. The federal charges do not include allegations of an impending planned attack, but the U.S. attorney said this group has on its mission to plan attacks against racial, ethnic, and religious minorities. We are not going to wait for the next tragedy to take action. I think that's crazy. We're going to stop you because of what we think you're going to do rather than what we know you did.
So much communication is able to be monitored.
Yeah,
they probably pretty sure what your intentions were. That's like attempted
Yeah.
or conspiracy to commit. It's a lot of crimes that are, categorized as such.
More than 40 of the suspected members and associates of the Peckerwoods gang were arrested or were already in custody in what was one of the largest takedowns in the history of the Department of Justice against a neo-Nazi/white supremacist gang.
Against hate and bigotry in all of its forms. Today, we announce one of the largest takedowns in the history of the Department of Justice against a neo-Nazi, white supremacist, violent extremist organization. This morning, we unsealed an indictment charging 68 members and associates of the Peckerwoods gang, a white supremacist criminal organization. The Peckerwoods are involved in a wide variety of criminal activity, everything from drug trafficking to fraud offenses to firearms offenses, violence, and identity theft.
Shame on the government. It took till 2024 to have the largest takedown of a white supremacist gang.
Why would it be shame on progress?
Well, I'm saying this should have happened at least a decade ago.
Right.
The fact that it's getting bigger is a positive thing, correct?
No, I'm disappointed that
Right now.
the 68 arrested. Hey, they arrested 100 Florence members. They arrested 100 Avenues members. They arrested 100 60s members, 140s members. Woo! They've been doing this for the last 15 years, and it's not until 2024 we get a widespread arrest of white gang members.
I was in the county when the 40s got indicted and came to jail deep.
Oh, they was in there deep, huh?
I remember seeing them wagons on the news early that morning when they rounded all them people up.
Yeah.
Well, let me say I applaud the effort that y'all finally did it, but shame on the U.S. government for taking so long. How about that?
I'll accept that.
Okay. The Peckerwoods gang is based in the Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley and is essentially a local chapter of the Aryan Brotherhood. Is that actually true? I never knew that, and I don't always trust what the government says.
But
Go ahead.
From my perception, and it's been a while since I've been incarcerated a dead time, Aryan was like an older version, and the Wood movement was like a newer version, but they weren't necessarily the same, but they were definitely cousins, similar.
Okay, so that says the FBI assistant director in charge of the LA field office. They engage in a wide variety of criminal activity, including drug trafficking, fraud, violence, and identity theft. In aligning themselves with the AB, local gang members are able to commit a variety of crimes on the outside and give money to their incarcerated counterparts. The gang also benefits from the Brotherhood's alliance with the Mexican Mafia, giving them greater freedom to commit crimes on the outside. And this has always been a criticism that people have said about the Southsider thing, is that they align themselves with the white supremacists, and there's no doubt about it, right? There is no debating that they're aligned with the white supremacists.
They crash test dummies for the Southerners in the county jail, Los Angeles County Jail.
But we ran them into the arms of the essays for protection.
Right,
we were so hard on them.
Being that they're the minority,
yeah,
they had to fall up under some, you know what I'm saying? But in the pen, they try to, even with the small numbers, they on their own.
Well, that's pretty much
somewhat.
That's pretty much the whole article here. 68 of them arrested.
But you don't like to refer to the YouTube comments, but please, one of these white boys get in the comments and correct me. But I was in Wasco prison, and I was talking to a Peckerwood, and they say, we're not racist. Peckerwood's not racist. It's the other ones.
They always say that.
Yeah, they said the Peckerwood's not racist because I didn't know there's a difference between rednecks, skinheads, and then Peckerwoods.
What about the NLR, the Nazi lowriders? Yeah.
Nazi lowriders. Like, man, you gotta, man, bro. I never thought I would see a swastika in person tatted. I'm like.
So you mean to tell me a guy with the swastika tatted will say, "Hey, I'm not really racist. I'm just going with the program."
Honestly, I didn't. Once I got to like where I was at, when I seen the swastikas, I didn't know who was who and what they belonged to.
About the lightning votes, was you up on that?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know, we get teardrops if we lost a homie or smoked somebody. You know, the white boys, they get the lightning bolts tatted if they killed the black.
Oh, let me just read this last part. It says, during the investigation, the LAPD and the feds seized large quantities of illegal firearms, bomb-making components, dozens of pounds of fentanyl, methamphetamine, and heroin.
Let me describe this organization in more detail. The Peckerwoods criminal organization is based out of the San Fernando Valley area of Los Angeles. This is an area in the northwest portion of Los Angeles. This organization embraces the name Peckerwoods. This is a name that used to be a derogatory term for Caucasian people in the prison system, but since then this group has embraced it and takes pride in being called Peckerwoods, or Woods for short. Female Peckerwoods refer to themselves as Featherwoods. This group displays its affiliation with the gang and also its neo-Nazi ideology through various means. As you'll see in some of the displays next to us, they will often have tattoos that have the letters SFV, representing San Fernando Valley, and also, in their own conversations, representing the phrase, searching for victims. In addition, they collect Nazi paraphernalia. Nazi paraphernalia such as swastikas. They also collect things such as Confederate flags and other white supremacist paraphernalia. They display those through tattoos, through clothing, and in social media. They also will display the number 88, which is the numerical symbol for the phrase Heil Hitler. Just as an example of what this group stands for, I'll talk to you about a defendant named Ryan Bradford, who we charged and indicted earlier this year. He was a member of the Peckerwoods. When we arrested him and searched his home, we found he was selling drugs, he was manufacturing explosive devices and firearms. But in addition to that, we found in his home a treasure trove of white supremacist paraphernalia, including replica Nazi uniforms, posters of Adolf Hitler, and on top of that, he would post in online message boards threats to murder and commit genocide against Jewish people. In fact, when we searched his home, we found a notepad in the home that had written as its New Year's resolution, quote, "Bake every single Jew." That's what this group stands for. That's what the Peckerwoods are all about.
Hey, well, I'm gonna say this: it was supposed to be two Peckerwoods that did that little stage fight or the real fight with Whack 100 in Antelope Valley.
Yep.
If that was two Peckerwoods, y'all need to step y'all game up, bro. Y'all need to get in the gym. You feel me? Y'all should. Fuck that. Y'all should.
They were staged to take the dive, I think.
Man, it's supposed to be two Peckerwoods. Let's say if it's real, y'all should have whooped Whack ass, bro.
But hold no 100 be on the internet talking about what go down in everybody's backyard. There's something major going down right in his backyard. And it's not, he has no knowledge, no concern. He has some white boys right around the corner plotting to do something dirty, nasty to some niggas. Is you up on that whole no 100?
Nah, he a agency Paru.
You policing, patrolling every ghetto and every neighborhood across America and right up under your nose. That's crazy. And you doing stage fights right around the corner trying to impress a whole nother white man.
The LGBT community and not your own community. That's crazy.
That's deep.
Body.
All right. We're going to keep an eye on this case. I want to make sure that, I don't want to make sure, but I hope they get prosecuted like everybody else gets prosecuted. That's all I'm saying. If they're innocent, beat the case. But I'm just surprised that it took this long. You know, a white gang in L.A. has never had a gang injunction against them. You know?
Hey, but see, the white boy, the Peckerwood, told me that they not racist. And look, and on there, he said they just getting ahead of it. They never did. I mean, not never. They said they didn't commit no hate crimes on they while watching them, but you know they got the potential to do it, so they getting ahead of it.
Yeah, that's kind of they're not charged with it.
Right.
Yeah, they're not charged with it. But to say that, you know, I mean, they do this in all these press conferences is just bravado, theater, and performance.
Right.
You know, they might be guilty of half of what this article said.
Right.
But I find it an issue to even smut somebody for what you think they're gonna do. Because if they got, let's say, like you said, Spider, they got surveillance, they're listening to phone calls, they're monitoring them, then charge them with it. Charge them with conspiracy to
do whatever you're talking about.
To attack a racial, ethnic, or religious institution, but they ain't charged with it.
Okay, so what are they charged with again?
They're charged with the drug trafficking, the firearms, the methamphetamine, the fentanyl, and that's it.
So what is it that you don't think is appropriate about those charges?
When they said, the charges are fine, but when they said the federal charges did not include allegations of an impending planned attack against racial, ethnic, and religious minorities.
So
Like, why say that?
Yeah, because at least if they heard it on a wiretap, they could be like conspiracy to commit a hate crime.
Yeah.
But they don't even got that.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can have fragments of evidence that can allude to, but as an actual professional litigator, you realize it's not enough to move forward, but it sure definitely can indicate some type of intention. And for the safety of the public, I think that's probably why it was included.
Yeah, but I don't think the U.S. Attorney, Mr. Martin Estrada, should say that.
Right. I'm keeping it fair across the board.
That taints the jury pool.
You described this group's ideology, and you also talked about some of the specific criminal things that you said they were doing, drugs, fraud, etc. What acts did they carry out that were in furtherance of that specific anti-Semitic ideology that someone in the community would say, oh, now we know, like, now this makes sense of why something happened?
So we know this group to have this ideology. We know this group to have attempted to carry out this ideology in the past. What we wanted to do through this investigation was neutralize this threat as quickly as possible. So as I said, we're not going to wait around for a tragedy to occur. We're going to take action right away. And in order to do that, we use every tool in our federal toolbox to address that. And that's what we've done today.
What type of argument are you making that these folks may have been in the thought process or having some sort of documented plan to commit what would amount to a hate crime?
So just to be clear, I'm not arguing with anyone. I think the evidence speaks for itself. You can see the evidence that's posted right here. You can see the neo-Nazi symbols. You can see the Hitler reverence in the items we seized. And as I mentioned, we arrested one of these individuals earlier this year, and he was making threats to attack the Jewish people online, and had written in a planner his notes for the rest of the year, which was to bake every single Jew. We don't take those threats lightly. We can't take those threats lightly. It's important that we take action to neutralize those threats before they become the next tragedy.
Were they planning anything? What did you prevent by taking all these people in? Were they planning more attacks?
This group has as its mission to plan attacks against racial, ethnic, religious minorities. They fund that through various criminal means, including financial fraud, including drug trafficking, and amassing wealth in order to further the enterprise. So we know for the history of this group that they had been responsible for violent acts against racial, ethnic, religious minorities. But as I said, we are not going to wait for the next tragedy to take action. We're going to be proactive, and that's what you're seeing in this case.
Cause so Spider get caught right down the street with a burner. They pull him over. They go say conspiracy to commit attempted murder because the Bloods is down the street and Spider Loc is right down the same street they own. He had a gun.
But I think they have probably, perhaps, I'm assuming, slightly more evidence or more of an indicator than just that.
Yeah, well, then charge
They
them.
probably got text messages, you know, things they were saying one to another, you know, maybe things of that nature.
It says here, this group has as its mission to plan attacks against racial, ethnic, and religious minorities, even though that's not part of the indictment.
So do you think they got a gang expert for this?
Oh, they're definitely going to bring in the either the LAPD is going to have a gang expert out of the mission division of where this happened in the LAPD, or they're going to bring in someone from the mission division.
I don't think no police equipped for this.
What you mean?
Ain't no police. You know how they every gang expert in the gang bang case is somebody out that department from that precinct or whatever department.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. I don't think no police is really equipped for the white supremacy thing.
No, this is whoever the gang unit in mission division is pretty much one of the whitest areas of the LAPD.
So he's saying that there's somebody in that field of work that is already familiar with them, top to bottom, that would be suitable for this case, basically.
Yeah, all those. You know, the LAPD has all these divisions in the valley: Devonshire, Foothill, Mission. Those are predominantly white areas.
So when they go to jail, just like they bring out the gang expert on us, I want to know how often do these gang experts get brought out on them?
Every trial.
You think so?
Yeah. Every trial has a gang expert for whatever gang is being charged.
If there's any type of gang allegations to the crime, bro.
Yeah.
So you think they get gang allegations?
No, not normally.
So they wouldn't get brought out then?
Well, they still bring out the gang expert just to smut them, even though the gang allegations, for the last 4 years under Gascon, there have been no gang enhancements. but they still bring the gang expert to talk their shit.
Okay, so could we
Yeah.
make this a fact check for next week and we bring out some case studies where a gang expert got on the stand on one of them?
Well, we'll have to wait for this trial.
No. I'm talking about in the past.
Oh, in the past. Well, I'm not really familiar with too many white gangs even being charged.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's got to be, if they spend all this time investigating the Peckerwoods, this is probably like an 18-month investigation. The feds are charging it, but all the intelligence comes from the LAPD. So these are like joint operations between the mission division of the LAPD and the FBI.
Yeah, no to all criminals. I believe the more covert your activities, the less charges. The more overt your activities, the more charges. We got to stop living, looking the part, and being exactly what you trying to look like. We make it kind of easy through the years.
Well, I believe they just created a department for the white supremacy unit, and they just hired some people and trained them just recently. Because I don't think they even had no gang experts for them.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
I'm gonna try to get the discovery on this case. So it would be nice to read through it because I'm just curious. I'm not familiar with too many white gangs getting indicted in the Los Angeles area.
Because they don't.
Yeah.
I heard about one with the dude that was supposed to be a professional wrestler. I forget his name, but they
What's the name of that gang? I don't know about too many white. I don't know.
no, it was a popular white dude that 16 to Life talked about it.
Oh, okay.
But this is a popular white dude, and they indicted him and a couple other dudes, and he's on his way to be a professional wrestler, and somebody had commented his name, but you know.
All right. Let's move on to another story out of the LAPD. This is a real good one because this is about in 2024 corruption within the LAPD gang unit, and this is actually the mission division. But a recent article says ghost stops in quotes. Lieutenant claims LAPD officials were warned about troubled gang unit. A lawsuit filed by an LAPD lieutenant, Mark Garza, alleges the department officials unfairly punished him for misconduct by officers under his command. Garza led an anti-gang unit in the San Fernando Valley whose members are accused of trying to cover up illegal traffic stops and thefts from motorists. Garza claims he tried to report the so-called ghost stops where officers turned off their body-worn cameras, but he was ignored until the scandal became public. And I think Lieutenant Mark Garza, you probably went into the wrong career because as a cop, you're supposed to cover these things up for your colleagues. I'm just saying that as a joke.
I get it, but
What area is Mission?
Mission is in the valley, San Fernando Valley.
Okay.
hold no 100 again.
Okay.
Well, the Mission is on the west side of the valley. Pacoima's on the east side
I
of the
wouldn't
valley.
give a he tried to act like he an expert on Compton, Los Angeles.
West
It's not
side,
that.
West side is like Liggett Street, Panorama City.
Yeah, Panorama City is more west.
Side. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, Panorama City is one of the most hood sections of the valley.
Yeah, I got
More so than NoHo.
Well, here's what I'll say: Pacoima, Panorama City, and that section in North Hollywood. Those are the three hoods in the valley. But if I was to pick one of those three, but Pacoima got the projects over there too. They got a housing projects.
And shout out Liggett Street. I got some good people.
But Panorama,
Yeah,
is
Panorama.
grimy.
I got some good people from Liggett.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say their names, but shout out y'all.
But I want to commend LAPD officer for suing his own job and trying to bring some awareness to corruption within the gang unit.
How crazy is it? He's one out of a gazillion.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the only reason why he's doing this is because he got fired.
Wow.
You know, if he didn't get fired, if there was a way where he could keep his job, we would have never heard about this. But he lost his job, and he decided, you know what, I'm about to expose it all.
You do believe that's why it's so hard for an officer to get fired because they know that's something else they have to consider. People going rogue and overexposing what they've been exposed to. I never even considered that.
Yeah, there's a lot of lawsuits filed by fired deputies and police officers. So, yeah, let me read a couple more paragraphs. A Los Angeles police lieutenant has filed a legal claim against the city alleging his superiors ignored his warnings about misconduct in an anti-gang unit until it became a public scandal, leading to him facing termination. The claim, which typically serves as the precursor to a lawsuit, was brought this month by Lieutenant Mark Garza. It's the first litigation being pursued by a former member of the Mission Division gang unit whose officers came under investigation last year over allegations they illegally stopped and searched vehicles and stole from the people they pulled over.
So immediately, everyone that has ever been involved in an arrest, involved in any of these officers, that should be thrown out and cleansed, bro.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Mission Division has the least amount of like gang issues. You know, of all departments, you know, we know this happens in 77 Division.
Correct.
The #1 division for gang activity. But nobody in the 77 Division is going to expose it.
But tell me this, dude, is that feasible that anyone that they have been involved with locking up should have action that they getting their shit reviewed, thrown out?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when this happened to Rampart back in '99, which this article cites the Rampart scandal, all of those arrests by those officers got looked at. They had to get reviewed. Especially if those officers came to court and testified against those defendants. But hey, I would love to get Lieutenant Mark Garza on the platform because he got nothing to hide now. Spill the beans, bro, right?
I'll be tuned in to watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to reach out to Mark Garza because you know what's crazy? This is not a new thing. There's a book by one of my mentors, rest in peace to Professor Malcolm Klein. It's called Gang Cop. He has a chapter in there where basically says when you allow officers the autonomy to operate separate from the department and you let them have leeway, freedom to do what they want to do, it's going to breed corruption. It's going to breed
freedom in what, Matt? Like what does he mean?
Like a gang unit is separate from the rest of the patrol officers. A gang unit is not under the same authority as your rank and file cops. It's a specialty group.
Correct.
So this specialty group is sometimes given a little bit of leeway, like he can punch these guys out because they're dealing with gang members. He could be a little bit more aggressive because this guy has a gun case in the past. Right. You know, you can push the envelope.
More edgy, yeah.
Yeah. And Malcolm Klein wrote that when you allow these units that type of leeway, it's going to foster corruption. And, you know, he wrote this book in 97.
I agree.
And
I agree, but I think having that much authority in any capacity is going to foster corruption.
Yeah. It happens in corporations. Yeah, it happens in a lot of different institutions. But I was thinking about the book I read. When I was reading this article, I was like, damn, Malcolm Klein wrote all about this in 97, you know? Okay, but let me read another paragraph. The cloud over Garza's unit first became known in August of 2023 when the LA Times reported that internal affairs investigators had taken the rare step of obtaining a warrant to search officer lockers in the Mission Division station. Department officials said the FBI was also looking into the matter. With his officers accused of breaking the law and trying to cover it up, Garza was relieved of his duty earlier this year. He could be fired after a Board of Rights hearing next August. So basically, I guess he's on leave without pay, not officially terminated. So he might be able to fight for his job back.
You know what's funny about that? He disliked through the department, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I found out trying to snitch on IPD because they used to search my car and detach the back seats and I tried to go make a complaint and then call internal affairs and the phone rang and it was an IPD officer. So I'm trying to snitch on IPD to IPD officer. Like so that's his peers that's on him. You know what I'm saying? Internal affairs is within the same. It's a mission department dude that's tweaking on him.
Yeah. Sometimes internal affairs is not your friend. You would think that if you're a cop and you go to internal affairs to expose some corruption, that you're doing the right thing. And sometimes the internal affairs is not going to be your friend.
If you go to internal affairs, your letter goes say, our results, we couldn't find some because they all friends. It's like becoming a manager and Spider my manager now.
Yeah, but I won't say that for all internal affairs. Some internal affairs do crack open corruption and make it public.
It's like how you were so shocked to see the white gang get dealt with. This corruption is so overdue, delayed. We know it exists way far beyond the whistleblowers and what we do see exposed. Like, this is a late. And I think our society would go haywire if it was actually exposed how corrupt it was. I don't think the powers that be can afford to expose the corruption, bro.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that it's in the Mission Division where there's probably the least amount of corruption. These gang units, Southwest Division, 77 Division, on the East Side, Southeast Division.
We don't have Peckerwoods and shit that's visible in our areas, bro. That's inner city.
But that also makes the word Munchie said earlier more prevalent. White privilege, maybe from another angle. Now they cracking down because maybe there's some white communities, citizens that are interested and concerned about the activities. Just like we got nosy neighbors that call the police and complain.
Parents.
Yeah, out there now maybe it's starting to affect their everyday lives to some degree.
Yeah, well, Garza's going to be the hated officer there at Mission. They're going to consider him a rat, a snitch.
He got to move.
Yeah.
He'll make the news in the worst way.
Before we move on, if you have any complaints, man, brothers that look like us, you go above Internal Affairs and write directly to Sacramento, bro, and have it reach where it got to reach.
No, not Sacramento. Send it to the FBI. Send it to the
I don't know about that.
Yeah, the federal government will crack down on police corruption faster than Sacramento would.
I had somebody complain on my behalf and go straight to Sacramento, and we got some act right before.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we got another corruption scandal that doesn't really seem to be getting a lot of attention, in the media.
You go get it now.
San Fernando Valley, the biggest mouth on the internet. San Fernando Valley, something hot in your backyard, homie. Get out of everybody else's backyard. Got a hot story.
All right, I wanted to talk about this artist that's claiming that he wrote part of Lil Wayne's hit "Lollipop" back in
damn,
what year would have that been? Like 20 years ago. And I think that this is not something that's unusual. And Spider, you might be able to recall some instances early in your career where people assisted and helped and maybe co-wrote, but didn't necessarily get the credit written there or got their publishing rights, and probably assisted on something that didn't realize it was going to be a hit, and then later they realized, wow, that became a hit, and you got nothing for it.
It happens.
I mean, Drake, Who Do You Love? He spit the whole dude verse. I forget his name.
Forte.
Forte.
Rapping Forte?
Yeah.
He sued him and won though.
That whole verse, he stole his whole verse. A lot of people.
Forte got a check out of that though.
Yeah, hell yeah. Later.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta let it bubble.
Yeah, so no, it happens.
I pulled up over in Young and Hefe's hood many years ago, and Rappin' Forte was posted up with the ETGs.
Is that right?
I was like, what is Rappin' Forte doing?
Where's he
here?
originally from?
Isn't he from the Bay or something?
Yeah, from the Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
shout out to T.Y. He had me with Rappin' Forte before too back in the day. He used to fuck with T.Y. real heavy.
I was shocked that he was out there hanging out with the gangsters.
Up North niggas is ghetto gutter, bro.
I actually ended up taking a picture with him, and he doing this, and he throwing up the four fingers in the photo. I never posted it, but yeah, I met Rappin' Forte in ETG hood one day. But Pleasure P is saying that he co-wrote this is 2008, so not quite 20 years ago, the Lollipop hit.
It's nasty enough to be Pleasure P. I mean, it makes sense, Pleasure P, that creative, nasty type music.
Well, let me read it. Let me read this article here from Hip Hop DX. Pleasure P is determined to get credit and money for what he says is his work co-writing Lil Wayne's massive 2008 hit Lollipop. Recently, the former Rickey member went on Instagram Live to claim that he co-wrote the track with the late Static Major and that he owned a share of the $28 million he says the song has earned over the years.
When did Static Major die, bro? Rest in peace to him.
Because you want to time it when...
Yeah, like, bro.
I thought the same thing. Like, bro, you didn't say this when he was alive,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, what the... if he just died, this is crazy.
You get a date.
Okay, let me read the rest, and then I'll look up his date. I wrote that. Rex Zammer, Lil Wayne's longtime manager. Tez, Wayne, Mac Main. I need my effing plaque for this song, bro. He said while Lollipop played in the background. I guess he was on an Instagram Live or something, doing a rant. Rex got my publishing, and he got my name on his record, and I can't get my just due. Before my first album came out, I wrote song with Static. So,
regret is a cold emotion to deal with. Go ahead, bro.
Why come out now about it? That's one. For two, I think it's BS because I just heard a rant earlier. And he was talking about his person that was a part of his group, Slickum, was on heroin. He sounded very intoxicated. He was on a cold rant. So I think he might be going through something right now.
But drugs do not knock anybody's claim in the industry. Almost all the greatest hits we love was created under the influence.
No, I said that to say he's going on a rant. I heard him make some claims earlier today.
Outside of it.
Outside of this. So he's just going on a rant.
That seemed unbelievable, hard to believe.
It ain't hard to believe somebody off drugs, but he's just
the other claims.
That he co-wrote the song, right?
The other claims, they seem hard to believe. They did some major shit.
Yeah, he was going on one, but when we go plug it in, because I'm gonna send him the clip. But he going through something right now. I could tell because he was intoxicated.
I'm just I'm curious as to how him going through something makes his validity questionable.
Well, maybe.
I was listening to his voice and it sounded like he's very intoxicated, and you know how people. It seemed like he's going through something right now.
Every time you say intoxicated, typically when people get loaded and get to talking, they get to telling their business, the truth, spilling the beans.
He said, my son just got out of jail. I ain't got time for this shit no more, bro. Just give me what I deserve. I wrote this. I'm part of Wayne's biggest record, 1.3 million in the first week, and I haven't been able to celebrate that.
How old is this record again?
2008.
Yeah, we have to question why he's taking what is social media gonna do for you, homie?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
why you not in a court litigation
I was
law?
about to say that you didn't file a lawsuit.
It's because of what I said.
But Static Major died in 2008, actually. So
something else going on, bro. There's something else going on.
Yeah, Static Major was young, man. Born in 74 and died in 08.
Man, bless his soul.
Pretty Ricky came out in 2005.
But it doesn't negate the possibility that he actually did. It's just like, why wait so long?
But yeah, and then what recourse do you have unless you have like a reference track? If you humbled and mumbled the words in the studio and gave it, it's a rap, bro. Nobody, how you gonna prove it?
Because everybody do that though.
Yeah.
Hey, say this.
Right.
Do that.
I've done that before, and it actually came on a record. But it was just one line. That's not really deserving of saying I helped write that song.
No,
right?
No, definitely. When you see multiple writers on a record, co-writer, some people only came up with one word. Yeah, people want their credit, bro.
Yeah.
I had a big issue with Sir Jinx, bro, because we did a record called Bangin At the Party, bro. Bangin At the Party, and I had it. And then at a certain time, West Side Connection was finna do an album. And it's the one that Mac 10 put out. One of them West Side Connection albums came out on Who Bangin' through Mac 10. But Sir Jinx's relationship with Ice Cube and them had been fucked off. But when this project came around, they called him for some beats. So he was kind of excited, like, yeah, I'm going to go play some beats for Cube. They doing an album. Long story short, he went to play some beats. They picked not just the Bangin' At the Party beat, but they liked the hook. And I had a chant on the record, like, walk, 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 walk. And I ain't gonna lie, Jinx wrote it, told me to say it, but it's my voice on there saying the little.
So dude brought the beats and the hooks?
Yeah, so you strip the verses down.
Yeah.
And you play, that's how you shop records. You get the concept and the beat. And then the MCs can be like, oh, that's hard. I could work with that. You either keep the hook just like it is, get somebody to redo it, sing it over, say it yourself. But that's typically how you hear a record as a writer. Sometimes get the verse and all that. You know, we went into that. Long story short, I remember, bro, it getting put out. Jinx was struggling like me. They got the beat, bro. He popped up, new jag, new chain. Gave me $500 right around Christmas, bro.
He gave you the Friday deal.
What? So I was going to be satisfied with the $500, bro. I just told him, let me know how much you got so I can understand this is fair. He refused to tell me how much he got. Talking about do your research.
Should have punched him out.
Should have what?
Hey, that was your time.
Should have what?
Punched him out.
What do you think I?
Oh yeah, that's right.
But you should have took it to court though and got your just due. Whether it was 5,000, 10,000, 20. Wait, you saw him in a brand new Jag?
Brand new Jag, brand new. Corrupt. Everybody saw it. Brand new chain with the diamond eye pendant in the little cat, black cat.
So what he spent, about 50,000, 60,000?
I think he got between 20 and 40.
Okay.
Gave me 500.
But you know, it's a backstory to rolling down the street, and juice, and old boy off the east side who came up with that hook. He did some gangster shit, and after it came out, and he seen Suge end up coming off some money and breaking them off.
There's some controversy about Ain't No Fun too, ain't it?
Hey,
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
you
Ain't no fun.
It-
There you go.
Ain't no fun if the homie can't get none, which was on a Snoop Dogg hook.
That's what I meant to
One of
say.
the biggest dog pound record,
It
bro.
comes from two guys, one guy from
The
not
East
too
Side.
far from here, and a guy from Swan.
Right, the East
Yeah.
Side. See,
No, but his collaborator is from the West Side.
yeah. So I just knew about the Swan dude, and okay, it was that which y'all. Yeah, ain't no fun. There you
Yeah,
go.
ain't no fun if the homie can't get none.
Yeah.
It comes from a guy that's two guys that submitted a CD to Death Row, and the next thing they knew, Snoop Dogg was singing that hook on a song.
I gotta say this because just recently on the Black Box, I had a guest. My bad, because he from neighborhood. I can't think of your name off the top of my
You
head.
said that last song too. You still ain't got his name?
I know his name.
He
It's
gonna be
just right.
hot.
It's running from me right now. But he, your boy, Lefty Gunplay.
Yeah.
Crazy, stupid, delirious. He got a very convincing argument that that's thievery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he better do it now. Don't wait till 2035.
He was on the Black Box, and I told him take his legal action, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, my bad, Hood. I forgot your name just running. I know your name, cuz. My bad.
But
That ain't crippin', cuz.
Damn, blood.
that ain't.
well, I hope that if he did co-write this, that he files a lawsuit. Don't go on Instagram and start ranting about it, right?
It blows my mind why people feel such a need to take all their personal issues to the social media. I don't get it.
I'll tell you this one last story that's related to this before we move on to the next topic. Ice Cube had an album called Laugh Now, Cry Later, 2006. There is a whole interlude of my voice, of me speaking on a whole unrelated thing that he took. I guess he liked what I said, and he took about, I don't know, 2 minutes of me talking, maybe a minute and a half on the intro of another song on Laugh Now, Cry Later. Go look it up. I'm on this.
Well, get your money.
I'm on the song, but I'm not giving any credits on the album.
Don Mega.
So you ain't gonna go after him?
I mean, that was 2006. What are we in now?
I got
So what?
Charleston White like that on the La La Land intro.
No. But
Yeah,
so you ain't gonna go get your money?
I thought about it a few times. I thought about it.
You too comfortable. You getting some bread.
I thought about it, and then I was with Ice Cube on the set of Straight Outta Compton. I was gonna bring it up to him.
Oh, you didn't bring.
Hey, this dude barely talked to anybody during the whole shooting of the movie.
I heard he funny acting. Man, sue his
I
ass.
ain't gonna say that.
Like Dre and Ice Cube were on the set the whole time. Two different personalities. Dre is interacting with you. He going into the crowd where the kids are watching us, and Ice Cube was quiet and
Tight ass.
to himself.
Married to his high school sweetheart.
I really love the way Dre, interacted with the people when we were on
Boy, Spider.
in certain
He don't
neighborhoods.
like facts.
Oh, Spider, he just showing neighborhood love.
No, I just throw facts out when they're applicable.
What's his brother name? Crazy Tunes?
Rest in peace. That's Dub C brother.
Yeah, okay, I got it wrong. Man,
But
and
that's
look,
still a Cube association affiliation over there with them folks.
no, he show love.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that is affiliation. Dub C and DJ Pooh, all that.
I wanted to say this though. I apologize because it's connected to my earlier statement. I want to give Mac 10 his props because I met Suge shortly thereafter, or during that time I already knew Suge. And I tried to use with my little conversation with Suge, like Mac 10 owe me because they put my song out and didn't pay me. And we bumped into Mac 10 somewhere at a venue somewhere. And Suge used the moment to try to like kind of press Mac 10 on my behalf, and Mac 10 wasn't going. He's like, man, that's between him and Jinx. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, I was surprised to see Lil Mac 10
Mac 10 Inglewood, that's
on my
that's
mama
right.
mom. He stood on his all 10 like,
Yeah.
and I, you know me, I'm turned up. Now, Suge is finna speak on my behalf to a rap so I'm, but that nigga Mac 10 didn't want to hear none of that shit.
That's right, Mac 10 Inglewood.
Hey, we're
Stand up.
gonna get Mac 10 on Rich at Heart at some point in
Hell yeah.
2025.
That's right.
Nah, cause he done surfaced up. He back in the biddies.
I heard you had my boy Inglewood Muggs through this building, man.
Oh yeah. Shout out Inglewood.
Shout out my boy Muggs, man.
Yeah, he offered to call Winnie 100 and I'm like, nah. It's all right. Don't even worry
It's the
about it.
type of dude that hold no 100 is just so happy he could even say whatever call him.
No. He offered. I'm like, no. It's all good. It's all right. I ain't worried about the dude. He harmless.
Muggs my knot. It's really my twin. And he know what I mean.
And we also got an OG on the phone that I got to holler at that I ain't seen in, I don't know, 30 plus years.
Oh yeah, he an Inglewood family legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. One of the YSL defendants that was found not guilty is now saying, all right, I'm going to sue y'all.
Ching ching.
I'm going to sue y'all.
Yeah.
Stillwell. Remember Stillwell? He actually was found guilty of the gun, but the gun wasn't even part of the original YSL indictment. The day he got arrested, he got caught with the gun. They added that. But so he got found guilty of the gun. He got time served for that. He's suing Fulton County Jail for terrible conditions. I didn't realize, I had forgot about this. He had got stabbed during being in custody for this trial, for this case.
He might got action
in the county jail.
You know, he do got action.
Let me read a couple paragraphs. The former defendant in Atlanta's high-profile YSL gang conspiracy trial with Young Thug is accusing jail officials of widespread neglect and unconstitutional treatment. After lengthy trial, Stillwell was found guilty on only one charge, possession of a gun, sentenced to 10 years, but the judge commuted the sentence to credit time served. But now Stillwell, alongside with another detainee named Kennegan Hambrick, has filed a federal class action lawsuit against Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt and Chief Jailer John Jackson. The pair claim the conditions at the Fulton County Jail are both inhumane and life-threatening. The lawsuits paint a grim picture of life within the jail's deteriorating walls. The article also continues to cite that the federal government has complained to Fulton County for having atrocious conditions, which will also kind of back Stillwell's lawsuit. And he was stabbed twice while awaiting trial. Claims those attacks stem from broken cell doors and an absence of security officers. And then Hambrick describes of similar experiences, alleging that the facility's unhygienic conditions led to untreated infections after he sustained 20 stab wounds during his time in 2023. I'm not sure if Hambrick is also part of the YSL defendants.
It's like all my life I've been hearing about him. Sneaking cameras in the LA County Jail, exposing the conditions and all that, and they changed. So good luck, man.
Hey, they're just trying to get a check.
I ain't knocking it.
Yeah,
Good luck.
I don't think they're really trying to change the conditions of the jail. They're just trying to get paid for what they endured.
And like he said, class action, and I can attest, out the blue through the years, every now and then, I get a letter saying you were incarcerated in LA County Jail through these years, meaning you went through a full body cavity search. So you are a part of and they was giving out like 1,500, 1,600. I remember.
Yeah, is that done?
Yes, it's been a while.
I missed that way.
You don't think you have to squat and call for it, go through it no more. I can't remember, but
no, not no more. But
at one point, when they decided you had to go through it no more, they paid anybody that was incarcerated through the period of time where that shit was legal, bro. It was like FEMA checks.
Mark my words. Punishing people with food with juke balls, going to the hole in Supermax, that's gonna be a class action suit.
Run it, set that up, because I ate plenty juke balls.
Me too, because that's unhumane. What is it called?
Inhumane.
Cruel and inhumane punishment. You're not supposed to
unusual punishment.
There it go. You're not supposed to punish somebody with food, and that shit is you can't. Who eats that? That's not for a human. So
you know technically, it goes to say is, well, if we served it to them one at a time, they eat it. It's the same meals we served them Monday through Friday. We just gave it all to them in one.
You know how many people don't care? They say that, hey, when you're in jail, it should be like that for you.
And
but they're not supposed to punish you with food. So when you go to the hole, you go to the dungeon, a certain part of the hole, 4 days out of the week. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Friday you get the regular meal, but all the other days of the week they give you juke balls, and juke balls is
what's the technical word for it?
Mono diet.
Mono.
Damn.
Man,
put
like,
you on mono.
Yeah, like I know
that's the punishment, right?
I used to stay going to the hole. So like, and you know what I'm saying?
You know what a juke ball is, Adam?
Nah, I'm not up on that.
It's basically all the meals of the week, the scrapes slopped up and baked into like a cornbread
like
cake
a
ball.
brick.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Horrible. It's no taste. It's nothing. It's like,
do they just blend? They put it in the blender and smash it all up?
It's not a blender. It's a brick. It's
like a cornbread piece, like a brownie, like chunks.
It's horrible, bro. It's horrible. And you only eat regular food on Fridays.
Yeah, that should be illegal.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's one coming soon. I'm gonna be in it because I did a lot of whole time, and y'all go pay for this.
Okay, so is this something that you think still happens in the LA County Jail today?
I haven't been in the county.
I don't know. It was happening in the 90s.
No, it was happening in the thousands when I was going to the county, and I don't know if it's still going on now.
But it's specifically for punished.
When you're in the hole.
If you in Supermax and you go to the hole, If you go to the like what they call the dungeons, you're gonna get that.
So both of y'all been to the hole in the LA County Jail?
In
Hell
Supermax,
yeah.
yep, and in the county jail.
Okay.
But what they do, they give you like 10 days in the hole, 6 days on mono. So it'd be like a combination sentence. Like mono is like the
4 days.
Yeah, it's like the
4
you
days
really
out the week.
fucked up. Yeah.
Not the 4 days. The one day, Friday you eat the regular meal. The rest of the days, juke ball. So it's say 10 days and then 6 days mono or whatever how you do it. Little.
They just like you might get 6 days, 6 mono, but mono is like an extreme add-on to going to the hole. It's like you bad. You fucked up.
So this complaint, the Justice Department has complained about the Fulton County Jail, and part of it was malnourishment. And I'm assuming that, what is it called? Juke
balls.
Juke ball probably creates a level of malnourishment.
I'm pretty sure the county jail has stipulations on how many days you could be on it straight for those exact reasons.
Yeah, and that's why they got
That's why they break it up like that.
Right.
Man, that is crazy. I never even.
Because you know what I'm probably realizing right now in my head? They probably meet all the grams fucking requirements.
The dietitian.
Yeah, all that shit is probably right in there.
And do you got to drink a lot of water with it because it tastes so bad?
Yeah, and they give you milk, and I don't even drink milk. They give you milk with a juke ball. I'm like, oh, I don't even know how this go together.
So LA County has never had a class action lawsuit filed against it for stuff like that?
I've been waiting.
I'm not sure.
Oh man. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming, and I hope Stillwell is successful, and his partner here is successful in this lawsuit.
Do you recall how like tobacco got eliminated out of CDC?
No.
You know, at one point you get the CDC, they used to give you tobacco like a fish kit, a pouch.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, an inmate caught cancer and sued CDC for his cancer. Bro.
Oh wow!
They kicked all the tobacco out.
Yeah,
because I remember my mama used to send my uncle buglers when she used to make the boxes to send to the pen.
Yeah, and then just imagine, CDC used to give a generic. They had their version of tobacco. They used to give you and you get it like soap and shit, bro. It was that free to smoke. I mean, it was very accepted to one caught lung cancer and sued CDC and said it was because of that free tobacco.
I wonder if other states banned cigarettes as well. But yeah, cigarettes was a normal part of Newports, right? It was a lot of Newports on the yard.
Camels is the premier cigarette in prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully these guys will be successful in their lawsuit. And on this last topic, I wanted to just provide an update on the YNW Melly trial. This trial is lasted longer. He's been incarcerated for 6 years.
Longer than YSL.
He got a date too, don't he?
Well, he went on trial, and he was it was a hung jury.
Oh,
in 2023.
I thought he beat it.
Nah, it was a hung jury. Well, we kind of consider when you get a hung jury, you
only get 2 out of 3.
It's a victory.
Best 2 out of 3 on a hung.
Well, it depends on the judge. Shoot, they could try you 3 times in a row if they want.
But they ran it back on him.
They haven't ran the second one yet.
But he's still incarcerated?
He's still incarcerated. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to let him out because it's a double homicide. So,
that's the dude that say, wake up in the morning, I got money on my... That's him?
Actually, we have a clip. Let's play the clip.
I got murder on my mind.
Yeah, he looks so believable.
All right,
bless his heart.
You're gonna like this clip. Play the clip.
Well, it's been 18 months since rapper YNW Melly's first double murder trial ended in a mistrial. His attorneys are petitioning a federal judge to let him out of jail, and they argue he's being treated unfairly while in custody, not allowed to visit with family or properly meet with counsel. As his second trial looms, NBC6 reporter Marissa Bagg looks back at how we got here and where the case is headed.
Every time I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
Creating music is on the back burner for YNW Melly. For almost 6 years, the rap artist, whose real name is Jamel Demons, has been in jail accused of killing 2 longtime friends in 2018. The Broward State Attorney's Office tried Demons in the summer of 2023 for the murders of Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr. Both victims were members with Demons of the YNW Collective. The 3-month-long trial ended with a deadlocked jury.
What if we can't come to a decision?
The judge declared a mistrial. The snag, attorneys say, one juror who favored Demons refused to convict him and convinced 2 others to vote not guilty.
The hard part of a mistrial like this is the state has showed their cards, for lack of a better term. They showed their strategy. They showed their good facts, their bad facts. That being said, so did the defense.
Prosecutors allege Demens shot and killed Williams and Thomas Jr. in an SUV in October of 2018 after the group left a recording studio. They claim Demens, along with co-defendant Cortland Henry, staged a drive-by shooting in Miramar near the Everglades and told police they were all victims. As the second trial approached, defense attorneys alleged wrongdoing by the lead police detective on the case, and that prompted the judge to remove prosecutor Christine Bradley. Assistant State Prosecutor Alex Buckaloo took over. In 2023, she co-prosecuted 3 men who were convicted in the killing of rapper XXXTentacion. All 3 are serving life in prison. Another October surprise, Broward Sheriff's deputies added a charge of tampering with a witness against Demens. Detectives allege Demens tried to influence witnesses in his double murder case to withhold testimony or not show up to court to testify. Weeks later, the entire case came to a standstill. The judge granted a motion to suppress evidence, prohibiting prosecutors from using this promotional video made about Demens' life. The state immediately filed an appeal, sending the issue up to the appellate court system. Demens' second double murder trial is slated to begin in September of 2025. If he were convicted, he could face the death penalty. Reporting in Fort Lauderdale, Marissa Bagg, NBC6 News.
And he has a lawsuit against the county jail there for the same thing, for conditions, and he's in isolation. He's not allowed to make phone calls. He doesn't get visits. They're treating him unusually unfair. I've never seen a single defendant be so isolated.
I have, but what I can say is this: they need to get rid of that hung jury.
What you mean?
It should be one and done.
One and done, huh?
Yeah, if you couldn't convince these 12 people I'm guilty, I'm good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's not fair, bro.
Right. Yeah. So let's try to do it again and convince some more people.
Yeah, that's like, what is that?
Right.
It's like a loophole for double jeopardy.
Well, it's because they weren't found not guilty and they weren't found guilty. So
the burden is on whom, though?
Is on the state.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't have to get found not guilty as long as I'm not found guilty.
You're right. So you get them more cracks at it.
Yeah, it's not fair, bro.
But in this case, I think the part where some people will argue it's unfair is because there was only one juror that stood out.
But we were told that's all it takes.
Yeah,
they created the law, not us.
And you're judged by 12. Now he's going to be judged by 24. It's not fair, bro.
Right. The judge, the defense don't get it. Well, we do as far as an appeal, but we don't get another crack at it, right?
But you know how hard it is to get a new trial for a defendant?
Right. So,
I wonder if there's any states where that has that they honor if it's a hung jury, we'll let you go.
Yeah, if the case weak enough, I will. We talking about other states.
You know, it was deep. You know, C. Murder been in jail on a jury system that didn't even need 12 guilties. He didn't even get 12 guilty.
I heard about that. Somebody said that. Someone told me this years ago, and I had said, that's impossible, bro. Our system requires 12. He said, I'm telling you.
I thought so, too.
And I looked it up. They don't do it now, but at that time in Louisiana, you didn't need 12.
So why he can't get a retro release?
Because it's state law.
That's crazy.
Is allowed to govern its state. Each state can do it the way they want.
Right.
So you say Louisiana doesn't do it like that no more?
I think they changed it after, I don't know what year.
You might not be sure, but you say if they did, why wouldn't that give him action then?
This a fact check for next week.
Yeah.
Can't unlock that on him?
Well, you're basically saying it should go back retroactive.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah, but then that would mean all the trials, the hundreds of trials that they did that way would have to be reexamined.
Every time law progresses, you would have to consider that.
Yeah.
And free C murder, bro.
But look,
free C murder for real.
I just looked up hung jury in this AI search. It said hung juries can threaten the fairness of the legal process and public interest in a number of ways, both on your side, but then on the other side as well. Because you could have a rogue juror where the evidence is overwhelming and 11 people are they're ready to say guilty. And this one dude in the corner wants to say not guilty. And the other 11 are like, what's your problem? You could throw a monkey wrench in the whole system for a truly guilty person.
But the thing is, the defense, we didn't create the system.
Yeah.
Y'all created it, so roll with it.
Right, even when it benefits and leans our way.
Right.
I think the whole jury system is janky.
No, but you got an option, and people don't know. You go.
Yeah.
You can pitch trial by judge.
I think that's a more fair process.
Well, I think they should at least limit juries to at least two trials. Limit trials, I mean, because I've heard of people going on 3 trials.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. That's why I thought that was how it went.
Well, he's about to have a second trial, YNW Melly.
And if it's the opposite, then or if they get another hung, they got action to get if they so choose.
I'm not familiar with how often Florida does it.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
But here in California, let's say he got hung twice, they could run it back again a third time.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I think that at least it should be limited to 2 trials. If you can get a hung jury,
I say 1.
One and done. I
agree.
I don't think you're gonna ever get agreement where, let's say it goes for a vote, I don't think you get agreement for one.
I'm just saying, if the DA became a DA, you was something before you became a DA, bro. You disqualified. I mean, get it done. If you didn't get it done, then oh well.
But it was one juror that was a standout, and I think that one juror was able to change the minds of 2 more people, and so three jurors.
I think jurors need to be a career just like lawyers and judges.
Professional jurors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like referees.
Yes, this is what we do. We know the law just as well as lawyers and judges, and we sit on panels. It's not personal, and however they pick which jury you're on right now is somewhat random, and we apply our expertise to the issues.
Good thought, bro. I'm on the fence with that shit, though, because I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't always benefit
the
criminal.
That might be crazy.
But I think it would be more fair overall.
Yeah, but people like O.J. Simpson would have probably been found guilty under a professional jury, right?
I mean, you more familiar with the details of that case than I am, or he is.
Evidently, it was a rap fan and a black on that jury that was like, if the glove don't fit, you must have fit. Like, oh, that was dope. And then like,
on God, I think Young Thug had the same type of influence over that judge. And then when I just seen him on that jail phone with Deven Haney's wife, it kind of
it wasn't no influence on the judge. Hell no. It was just poorly put together, the case. Like,
bro, if you hear how sweetly that judge announced that sentence and all that, it sounded like she was sitting on a circle.
But this the third judge.
But she called him John Lennon.
I never listened to the phone call with, was it Deven Haney's wife?
Yeah.
Well, how did that go real quickly?
Bro, this Young Thug looked like somebody born in the projects, eat hot Cheetos, ain't never had a dollar, ashy, dark, black, the typical ugly, and this fine ass, fair skin, straight hair, sedity looking broad. He's in jail begging him, don't leave me, don't do it. He like,
that ain't surprising.
Get on, beat it. Like, basically, that's like, I'm cool.
Is she still the wife of Deven Haney, the
She
boxer?
wasn't at this moment. She became his wife since then.
Oh, okay. She wasn't the wife.
No.
Okay.
But the footage leaked after Young Thug beat this case, and he chose to respond and say like, that's just sis, that's my twin. But if I want that little shit, I can have it right now if I want it.
Hey, them jail authorities are cold for publicizing that phone call.
Yeah. But Deven Haney kind of deserved it. He's suing Ryan Garcia with all that weenie shit. He need to go through some more embarrassment.
What if Ryan Garcia was definitely on some sort of performance-enhancing drug?
Then Ryan Garcia will be fitting right into the culture of the industry that he's fighting in.
Yeah, but he tested positive, which is against.
It's not just black and white. He tested positive. No.
You don't think so?
No, because I'm not an expert on the subject, but I remember when it was more fresh in my mind, there's like percentages and different ingredients that he didn't just test for like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to cheat and beat you. There's even
tested positive or he did.
It's controversy that someone else even could have done it, like how you can somebody channel off by buying them viewers that they don't want. They're saying that it's very possible whatever he had in the system could not even been
somebody put it in the system.
Like someone put it in a sandwich or put it in his smoothie.
But all that came up in a legitimate debate about this issue.
Well, how he got it in the system is irrelevant to me. If you had something in your system that gave you the edge,
right,
and you dropped a dude that has never been dropped before, Deven Haney has no blemishes on his, and then this guy Ryan Garcia just manhandled
Mike
him.
Tyson should have sued Buster Douglas then.
No, Mike Tyson did not train.
He had never been dropped, though. You got to stick to your logic.
I know, but Mike Tyson.
We don't know what Deven had not been doing that he's used to doing.
Deven came in there sharp.
But we haven't seen what he was doing behind the scenes, bro.
East Side native Henry Tillman whooped him out.
Yeah, he did. Henry Tillman did.
Straight off the East Side.
Buster?
No, Mike Tyson.
Henry Tillman.
Henry Tillman.
But no, he said never been dropped. That was when we bring up Mike Tyson because Buster Douglas was the first to drop him.
What did Henry Tillman do to him?
Yeah, but that was during the amateurs.
Okay, that was like Olympics,
So
right?
professionally, Buster Douglas is the first one to drop him.
And he dropped Deven Haney, ugly, nasty, dirty. Would you say delirious? He got him good. That's why I know that was.
So you either think Ryan Garcia is very skilled, or he was on something.
No, he's saying he wasn't.
I believe that
He's saying somebody
whatever
put
may
something
have been in the system,
Somebody put it on his
not
sandwich.
a unique situation that's not commonly going on. I don't think he did something real like, this performance enhancement is a broad word these days, bro.
Man, if he is positive, he cheated.
Nah,
yeah, he cheated. That's
Cheated.
cheating.
I can't agree with that. But he whooped his ass in fine fashion, and it's on camera. And it's not like, I don't know, bro.
If he tested positive, he cheated.
Well, you might be right. I still have never seen. It's like Drake suing Kendrick. Like,
No, that's different.
they say the same thing.
No, you
cheated.
convinced me with the Drake shit.
But Drake was saying you cheated though.
But if he tested positive, you cheated.
Yeah, I mean, we got guys not in the Hall of Fame because of that in baseball.
What did he test positive for?
We got to double back on that next
And
week.
why did he get a year suspension versus an expulsion from the pro?
This home of the fact checking.
I don't think boxing will
Ooh,
permanently.
that might be the new fact check. Is a good title.
No, boxing doesn't permanently ban you for
nothing.
For PDAs.
Oh, okay.
Or what is it? No, what is it called?
Public performance enhancement.
Performance enhancing drugs. PEDs. You don't get a ban for PEDs in boxing, a lifetime ban.
But we want to hang our hats on the fact that
track and field will ban you for life.
But this PED caused this undroppable fighter to get beat to a pulp, and you still. It's like it should be worse in that sport than in track and field.
You know what? If Ryan Garcia is that good, then I will accept it. I will accept. Hey, Deven Haney, you met your match. I think Deven Haney is better than what he looked in that ring, and I don't think Ryan Garcia is as good as he looked.
So,
in that
what
ring.
is the advantage you think he gained by taking it? Strength, speed, skill? What was it?
Everything.
Whatever.
It enhance you.
Yeah, a little bit of all of the above. How about that?
All that in the word.
Hold on. You think if somebody hit a Sherm stick, I want to fight him after that?
Oh yeah, you definitely know that when you're on Sherm, that's a guy that is going to
depends.
fight harder.
He gonna fight
stronger
harder.
and stronger.
And I feel
Not with a lot less skill though.
And it takes. I saw some
A lot
footage.
less skill and speed, y'all. You can whoop a Sherm head.
Hey, you ever seen the police try to?
You don't feel nothing.
You ever seen the police LAPD try to put a Sherm head in handcuffs?
No,
It take like
right,
4
no,
or
you
5
got-
cops.
No, y'all, no.
big, strong-
No. When I was in elementary, they showed us the videos of niggas on PCP.
That's what I meant.
That's what
PCP.
Sherm is.
No, it's a derivative. It's not the same
Well,
thing.
that's- it kinda is.
That's a technical
I
term.
gang banged all my life with
Me
Sherm
too.
heads, bro. Not with PCP addicts. It's a different
Okay,
effect.
but
All right,
it
Rick can't
still
get literal.
it still gives
That's-
you an enhancement.
It get you stuck on that wet, bro.
It gives you an enhancement.
All right,
You've seen police officers having a tough time taking a dude into custody.
Off PCP
Off
in the
PC.
70s and 80s.
Yeah, that piece.
Sherm leaves you less capable of handling and defending yourself than Sherm that I grew up around.
They relatives.
They are, definitely.
All right, we're gonna have this debate another day.
But ain't nobody walking around in the ghetto saying, you smoke a stick. We smoke sticks. He gets to them. He's the man. You can't fuck with him.
Well,
That's
you know,
never been a thing.
I used to hear when Tookie used to smoke them sticks. He used to be
Livermore.
benching like.
Going back to the 70s, PCP.
But what's the difference between smoking a stick in 1975 and smoking a stick in 2000?
We're going to have to find somebody that can answer that, bro. I ain't going to be the expert.
I thought PCP was the literal term for Sherm. Sherm was the
I had thought the same thing. Me and Munchie might be wrong.
But no, I'm not debating y'all.
Okay.
But I know it's all in the same family, but it's obvious this Sherm that I grew up hanging around as a teenager up to adult is not the same PCP that they used to come show us on these drug with a nigga breaking handcuffs. It's not the same drug.
Okay, basically all drugs change. Weed ain't what it used to be. E-pills ain't what they used to be. Insurance. So basically, you saying, basically that's what you're saying.
And a lot of people were upset that they suspended Sha'Carri Richardson, the 100-meter track star, for being weed positive.
Yeah, Michael Phelps type shit.
But no, but I understand why the track association suspended her.
Why?
Because weed, it doesn't give you any advantage racing at all. But you know what weed can do for the track star while they're right there at the gate? No, while they're coming out the blocks.
Make you more comfortable, calm?
Make you more calm coming out those blocks.
Like, Ansi jumping the gun.
Yeah. It gives you an advantage, not a speed advantage. It relaxes you out those blocks. Boom, you out of there when that gun goes off.
Boy,
I understand that.
No,
and if you're competing against a Sha'Carri Richardson, you don't want her to have that advantage.
Did you hear that expressed by the committee, or that's just your personal assessment?
I've heard that in track conversations. I don't know why the committee. The committee suspended her because she tested positive for weed.
Based on what? But why? Is it based on the what you're discussing?
Well, we know for a fact weed does not make you faster. So then why is weed illegal in track and field?
This is a drug, man.
Yeah. Now if you're just going to speculate, I can come up with a number of reasons that could be perhaps.
I will find the scientific.
That's what I'm interested in.
Article that covers why weed is illegal in track and field. It's illegal in boxing too. Mike Tyson got a no contest when he knocked out Galata.
Yeah, but the thing about it is weed has been illegal in general for a long time.
Drugs is illegal, so that's a drug. So across the board, like y'all trying to make differentiate drugs though.
Well, we're talking about when you're in competitive sports.
Right.
I think it gives you an advantage.
It's crazy because every other scientific field that study drugs and gives a recommendation says it prohibits you from performing at your best.
But drugs is not allowed.
Why you keep calling it drugs? It
comes
out the ground of the plant, bro.
Drugs, cocaine come from a plant.
No, it doesn't.
It comes from a leaf. Yeah.
But weed
plant,
is
leaf,
a plant.
same shit.
But weed is a plant.
Yeah. So what you mean? You just said
have to take the coca plant and put it through a process and add other things in order to get cocaine.
You could actually chew on the leaf and get high.
That doesn't make the leaf cocaine.
You can chew on a coca leaf. Well, it's not cocaine, but
that's all I was saying, bro. I know you can chew on a leaf and get high.
Yeah, that's what those South Americans do. They chew on them leaves.
And they also put them in their shoes and to numb their feet when they have to work long hours.
All right. YNW Melly's second trial, which Spider says is unfair, will resume sometime in 2025. And that concludes another episode of Straight Politicking.
Jeter.